Get this big, even a strangler fig, which is what some of these are.
And which is this one here with all the buttons?
I would say that's the same thing I was talking about. It's a ficus, a form of ficus.
One with a paint on it?
Yeah. And that paint just keeps bugs from eating it at the bottom.
And you paint the trees with lime.
Yeah, it's a lime-based paint. They used to make it with milk and lime. But you can do it with anything that paints it white. For some reason, they don't like leaving latex paint. So.
Kim, what's this?
But look at the buttress on that.
Hey, Kim.
What's this?
That might be
That's the fig.
Like a fig. Very good.
Very good. This is it when it gets later on.
Oh, yeah.
And it has popped all the seeds. Everything's growing. Here, I'll show that. I needed to drop the ants out of it. You know? So this is the same fruit. It's called a monkey fig. Monkey fruit. Here it is. See how the seeds are sprouting?
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So if you got them like at this stage when they don't have ants in them yet and let them ripen, this is probably the best way to get the fruit. But if you let it go too long, I would imagine, who's got a knife? Why didn't I bring a knife today? See, there's the white latex again that I was telling you about. And that's gonna burn a little. But once it gets ripe, it's pink inside and it just pops open. But then, like you say, it's gonna have, the fruit's gonna already have the seeds started inside. That's what a fruit is an ovum for seed.
Yeah, and the seeds
Now
are
feel how
always-
hard this one is.
Yeah.
And then this one, if you open her up, she's got all that edible flesh on the outside. That's what figs are, basically.
And then these are the sprouted seeds.
Yeah.
And-
So
and
there's food in
have
the
you eaten them?
forest. I have not eaten these, but there's no reason why you couldn't take just a little piece of this flesh. Non-flavorful, could be made into anything.
Okay. Yeah, there's one of these that's called ficus insipid.
Yeah.
You be careful eating this because you might turn that. Everybody eats it, and then you might get the wrong.
Fruit, pretty much, you can see the droppings of it. This fruits almost all year long. So as we look at the weeds, we start to wonder, so what kind of medicine do they leave in this country? Cocoa. We can see cocoa coming along all the way. This is cocoa here. No, this is alocasia. No purple in the sheet means it's alocasia. It's the one that you don't want.
Oh, cocoa yam. You're talking about
Cocoa yam.
Yeah.
These are alocasias, so you wouldn't eat these. But this one is cocoa. See the
So wait,
purple?
so how are you differentiating them?
See the purple in the stem? The
Yeah,
blue?
yeah.
That's cocoa.
Okay, but
It's like mushroom hunting.
Yeah, if it's only green, only green.
But there's another xanthosoma that's only green and cluster states are full of
Yeah. If the bush has long pods that give beans in it, it's in the family of Legumacea. And Legumacea herbs fix nitrogen into the soil. They have nodules on their little roots that, if you look at them, they're look like little air balls. And you pop them and they're pink inside, and that's the nitrogen inside of those little air balls that are fixing nitrogen as they grow. You know, there's several ways to get natural nitrogen. One is to make sure you always grow a Legumacea between your crops, like a bean after your corn. The other is to catch your rainwater, and especially if it's a lightning storm. The nitrogen ionization in the air that's going on when there's a lightning storm is incredible. It infuses every drop with nitrogen. And so you end up with these green lawns after this thunderstorm. You go, wow, what happened to my lawn, man? It took off. And it's because what's coming out of the air has been fixed with that electricity that's going on in the air. And it gets fixed with nitrogen and everything. And so that water for about 24 hours is super nitrogen charged. So that's what you use to water your indoor plants with. The other one that's nitrogen rich is Epsom salt. Not too much, but it's got some nitrogen in it. Broccoli water, when you steam your water or your broccoli, that's got a ton of nitrogen in it. You know, those kinds of things are the things to say. And water your plants with them. I got one friend that has a nursery, and that's all she uses in her houseplants is the veggie water that she steams all the veggies with. And her houseplants just look at like $1 million. It's Lavina who owns the nursery.
Okay.
And she's totally 100% vegan, vegetarian, organic, so everything in that nursery's never had a chemical touch it. Because she doesn't believe in it. So that's why I shop there. Bacterial antiseptics. Now, why would we need that down by the river? Desdemona, down here, if you look. This is your Desdemona, your strongback. And we do have 2 rabbit's foot coming. We're at the beginning of the new season of rabbit's foot line. So here's your rabbit's foot. Kidney paradise.
And lungs too. Yeah.
Lungs, kidney, liver. Lungs, kidney, liver. I'm not sure.
So which is the coffee?
This is kind of bushy thing right
Yeah,
here.
that's what I thought.
And it does go back as another tall bush. Those are the same. And see, there we got that bamboo grass again. The tassels are coming out the end with the seeds on them.
That has a much wider leaf.
Well, it might be in the shade more. That's a environmental adaptogen. Here's your sorrel, shamrock sorrel. Little vitamin C if anybody ever needed it. This is a wood sorrel, oxalis. You know, everybody looks at it and says weeds. I look at it and say, are you sure? Now, this is what we call cushion's birch, but it's a euphorbacea again. So you're going to get a white latex. Most white latex plants, I make sure I dry them before I use them medicinally, just to make sure the latex is gone from them. Then if there's another medicinal use, look it up online. Try to make sure you identify the plant 100% before you use it. You know, regular shape of the leaf. One side's skinny, one side's fat. And it usually is a little bit different color underneath with the raised ribs. Cancer herb.
That's what we call it.
Cancer herb.
But it's not as rounded as...
No. And though I think that this one is the male.
Okay.
And the other one that we see at your place that has that really, like almost a teddy bear, it's short and fuzzy.
Yeah.
I think of that as the female. And in Don Leo had 100 plants, male and female of each species.
What you don't do is take a machete and come and like, bam, walk, take the branches, and then you cut
That's
off
the only bark
branches.
I
And they're
use,
easier to
branch
cut
bark.
so for people that are not, what we'll call it, machete savvy. Like that's
Well,
what me.
barking a plant means that you need to come in, you need to come 3 feet off the ground before you start. You need to go 18 centimeters up this way. You need to take a piece about 2 to 4 centimeters wide out and get down to the soft bark, the cambium layer, and then strip that off. You want it high enough that it can't get any bacteria from splash, because that'll kill the tree.
And bugs to keep the bugs from
And the more you cut that bark, the more you kill the tree. It takes 9 years to heal a fissure. So you've taken 9 years of that tree's perfect health. If you can go up and take a few branches off, you can see where they'll peel for you. They make the best walking sticks in the world because they're super light. So I cut a few bay cedars down at the ground. And then we leave them and they come up with about 18 walking sticks. And then we come back and we just chop off all the walking sticks and peel them. You know, and then we've got all these lightweight walking sticks for people that come to our farm to camp. I insist that they use a walking stick whenever they're out and about, because that way you're reaching down and touching things and you're not pushing bushes away with your hands. You're using your walking stick. You know, and so we keep those around just for those people, but bay cedar's my favorite. And then I get all my bark from it because that's the best bark to use. It doesn't have this great big non-useful outside on it.
Our tree has huge branches that come out low, so it just like
Yeah,
right there. And
yeah. I have a few of those I've left, big trees that have real low branching. And that works good.